Congratulations, you're getting prepared to take your Georgia real estate exam, and I have some tips for you on how to study and retain information, online resources for practice testing, and if you're anything like me, you get super anxious with time tests, and I have some preparedness tips that'll help you get ready in no time. Hi, I'm Natasha, and I'm a licensed realtor in Georgia and South Carolina, and here I talk real estate, social media, and have real conversations. One of the number one questions is, where did I take my Georgia pre-licensing course? And it's a funny story. So I started out initially with a local real estate brokerage that was offering the class, and this was during the pandemic. And so it started off, it was prior to the pandemic actually. It started off in person, and then that's when we started getting the news about the pandemic, learning more information, finding out that we had to social distance, and then it went to Zoom. So needless to say, there were lots of distractions. So I ended up going through with finishing the class, and then I took the test, but I didn't pass the pre-licensing course because, again, it was not an excuse, because obviously I failed, but it was very hard for me to focus. And so I ended up just looking around for pre-licensing courses and something that I could do online and do it at my pace. And so I ended up finding the Kennesaw State Georgia Real Estate Pre-Licensing course. Obviously, Kennesaw State is a little further in Georgia from where I am located. And also it was online. In order to take the test for the pre-licensing course, I had to do it at a local library and also get someone at the local library to be my proctor. And so that is what I did. Went to my local library. They set me up in a room, of course, where they had supervision, and I took the test and turned it in, and the test was mailed back to the Georgia State Continuing Education Program where the pre-licensing course took place. And then they informed me that I passed. And so once you pass the pre-licensing exam, obviously that's why you're here, then it's time for you to take the Georgia State exam. Right after I passed my pre-licensing, I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna go take the test. So I sat for the test at one of the testing centers thinking, okay, the information that I've learned here is gonna be applicable to this test. And it totally wasn't. I didn't do terrible, but I was definitely not prepared for the questions and the way in which they were asking them on the exam. I was able to get a score report afterwards after I did not pass. And the score report basically told me the areas that I did well in and the areas that I didn't. And so I just basically took that score report and used it as a study guide of sorts. So, of course, I am hoping and, fingers crossed that you guys pass yours on the first try. Definitely want that for you. All right, so as you get prepared to take the Georgia real estate licensing exam, there are a few things that you should keep in mind. Now, there is a book that you can get from the Georgia Real Estate Commission. You probably got that exact book. I don't have mine with me. And this is a small book that's bound, but it tells you all of the content areas that you should be studying. And that is basically kind of what you follow to get yourself prepared. So as far as the state content is concerned, you're going to be looking at the state laws and rules. You'll also be looking at Georgia real estate practice and finance and closing. Those are the areas that are outlined. And as far as the national content areas go, I will plug those in right here on the screen. You can see they go as follows: property ownership, land use controls and regulations, valuations and market analysis, financing, general principles of agency, property disclosures, contracts, leasing and property management, transfer of title, practice of real estate, and real estate calculations. So those are all of the areas on the national portion of the exam. One of the tools that I used was Prep Agent. I really enjoyed Prep Agent. PrepAgent.com. You can go there and you can sign up for subscriptions. It's between $59 and $99. This is not paid, so I don't have any kind of code or anything like that for you you, but I think you can do it for a full year if you like. It is basically Prep Agent will prepare you for taking your real estate exam no matter which state you're in. So you get on there, you choose the state that you're a part of or that you'll be doing a licensing exam for, and then it will curate content that is specifically for that state. And then it also has national real estate content on there also. You also have some tests that you can take as many times as you like to. You can choose how many questions you put on it. You can choose the areas that you would like to mix and match for the question. So I really enjoyed that because I just took a bunch of practice exams over and over and over and over again. And I like to say repetition breeds retention. And so just continuously keeping it in front of you was very helpful too. And one of the cool things that I thought that I liked on Prep Agent rather is that it sent you an email question of the day. And that email question of the day allowed you, if you do check your email on a regular basis, which I do, it was one of the questions that would probably be on the test that you take. And so you're able to immerse yourself in real estate content on a daily basis by just, opening up your email and checking out that message. And the next tool that was super helpful to me was the Kaplan real estate education course. So it does cost money. It's between $99 and I think possibly $199. I'm going to put it on the screen because I'm not 100% sure. But I took it and I took the Georgia portion and the national portion. And this was very much like the exam that I took. The questioning, the way the questions were worded, the way they were set up, the scenarios, the math, everything. And so this is what really helped me pass it the next time I took it, because it had the questions set up in a way that were kind of seared in my mind when I sat down to take the test, and I felt a little bit more comfortable. That is one thing that I will say about Prep Agent. They're not going to be worded anything like the ones on Prep Agent. So if you want questions that are really locked into the way that you'll probably see them on the exam, the Kaplan real estate education course is going to be more applicable to that. I studied the Georgia sometimes. I kind of did all of the tests on there until I just started, getting 100s, 90s, just in the top percentile. And once I kind of got my Georgia score on lock, then I moved to national and I continued to take practice tests until I got those the way I needed to. Curate a exam exactly for just all your wrong answers. It'll curate an exam for all of the questions that they haven't asked you yet in their pool of questions. So that's very helpful, so that you're not just continuously seeing the same questions and you start to almost memorize them, because that's not very helpful to you. So I really did love that part of it. So I mentioned earlier how anxious I get when it's time for me to take exams. Any kind of timed exam always just really gets me super nervous and super anxious. And so that happened when I took the SAT, the ACT, and this test was no different. But there are some exam tips and tricks that I have learned and that were very helpful when I took my test. And so I'm going to share those with you. I have this in a PDF form, so if you're interested in getting it, just, message me down in the comments or write down in the comments. But you're also more than welcome to go over to my social media, and that is Carter Closed It. And if you click the link in my bio, you'll see it there as well. It's just test taking tips. So one of them is do as many practice real estate exams as you can. I mentioned that before with Prep Agent and the Kaplan course. So do that. Start by answering questions that are extremely easy. So you do have the ability to go through the test and bookmark or save the ones that you didn't. It won't let you go past it until all of them have been answered anyway, so you can definitely skip through, but just answer the ones that come to you right away, and then the ones that don't spend tons of time on them. Go back and look at those. Work backwards to the correct answer. So obviously just eliminating the ones that you know for sure are wrong. That was definitely helpful. Pay attention to words like always and never. Few things in life are always or never, so be suspicious of those answers. So that was one that really helped me out. General terms such as most, some, usually are more likely to be found in the correct answer. And if you've never heard of it before, just don't select it. Down in the description, I will have more information. I'll actually link to this. I'm talking about go to my social media. Still go to my social media and follow me, but I'll link to everything if I'm able to in the description. And that'll be the PDF. That'll be the links to Kaplan, the link to Prep Agent. And basically all of my contact information will be there as well. So I'm giving you a congratulations in advance. Thank you for stopping by. And again, if this video provided value to you, definitely hit the like button. Also, hit the notification bell so that whenever I put out new content, you are able to get it first.